Let's talk about some 2024 sophomore studs that are primed to perform in the 2024 season. But before we get started, like this video, subscribe to our channel, see more videos just like this one. All right, Kyle, who's our first sophomore stud?
Yeah, man, our first guy is Puka Nacua. And I know, and as with all of these guys, they all had great rookie seasons. But there's a little bit of concern around some of them that maybe they can't, reperform that. Maybe they're a bit of fool's gold. Puka Nacua is not. He's the real deal. So a lot of people think, oh, Cooper Kupp was hurt, so he had inflated numbers. But no, this guy is legit. If you watch him, passes the eye test. But he put up historic numbers, not inflated numbers because of an injury to Kupp, but historic rookie numbers. That is not a fluke. That is incredible. Like I say, though, you watch him, he passes the eye test. You can listen to the way his coaches, teammates talk about him, talking about how incredible he is. This guy's not a fluke. You can buy into him safely. I would suggest I'm trying to buy this guy in every Dynasty league I'm in.
Yeah, good luck with that, though, because he's selling at a prime price, right? Because of the things that you just discussed. Listen, I'm not one to buy into players after a single season, right? Because there are fluky things. It does happen. Yeah. People try to claim otherwise, but fluky seasons do happen.
They do.
But like you said, Puka passes that eye test. Puka had, before the beginning of last year, had some hype around him, right? People looked at this and went, ooh, he looks good. And so then, yes, Cooper Kupp was out. He had a chance to shine, perform, grow, and build some rapport with Matt Stafford. But then when Cooper Kupp came back, when Cooper Kupp was set to come back, people were trying to sell Puka, right? Sell him now before Cooper Kupp comes back because then his production's really going to fall off. Guess what? It didn't. Puka kept performing, which to me just shows the dude's legit. And I think he could be trusted in fantasy football for sure.
Absolutely. Like, he was always capable of this. The only thing that injury did was speed up that maturation process and that, like you said, the rapport with Matt Stafford. It just sped that process up was all.
Yep.
So instead of waiting for him to break out, second half of the season or maybe even this year, he went ahead and broke out right out of the gate. And the rest is history.
I was going to say, Cooper Kupp came back. Let's just go after the bye week when Cooper Kupp, he was back, let's say, from week 11 on. Puka was still getting 7, 8, 7, 9, 8, 11, 8, 6 targets. Like, he was getting a lot of targets still.
100%.
To be trusted. Alrighty, who's your next guy?
Next guy is De'Von Achane. So this guy was drafted fairly low. There wasn't a whole lot of rookie hype around him because he was kind of a smaller guy. Everybody knew he was super fast. So they thought, he'll come in, he'll be a gadget guy this guy is legit. He proved he can take pretty good sized workloads this year. And, I think he is a legit top 10 Dynasty, redraft next year too, running back. Like, I think he's super legit. And we're starting to see these guys that can do that, like Jahmyr Gibbs sharing with Monty. Achane split. He's going to lose some carries to Mostert, but the dude is so efficient with his touches that he's still worth buying into. I love De'Von Achane in that offense with his speed. I love it.
Well, he's built for that. Right. And I think that's why everyone was so excited about him, was because he got drafted to the right place. You have an offense that is built off speed. It relies on speed. Right. And so when they got the speediest guy, it was a no-brainer that, like, okay, they're going to use this guy. Right. So it was really exciting. Now, he did get marred by injury somewhat early after producing big early in his career. He got hit by an injury. That was really sad. Then he came back, and at the end of the year, he got the time to shine when Mostert got injured. So it's kind of a back and forth season, but the dude showed what he had. He showed, how he fits into that offense. Yes, Mostert just re-signed with them or got an extension or whatever happened with Mostert, which is kind of a bummer. But at the same time, Mostert has a injury history, and so he could easily be out at any point. Also, Achane they want him in this offense so bad. There's a reason they went and got him, and they used him so much last year. So I'm still excited about it, no doubt, even with most around.
He is a ridiculous weapon, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wish I had stock in him, but sadly I do not. All right, who's your third and final sophomore that you can trust?
Yeah, so my last guy, he's not being talked about as much as the other two, but Rashee Rice is a guy that I'm trusting, and I'm trying to get him on my Dynasty teams because, one, not only did he perform and play well, they went out this year, they signed Hollywood Brown during this offseason. So I wanted to take the top off so everybody's not playing so close to the line where him and Kelsey thrive. But he's tied to Patrick Mahomes. Like, how do you not want Patrick Mahomes number one wide receiver? Kelsey still is go-to guy. But as we saw this year, even with a slow start because he was a rookie, he still showed to be proficient, at wide receiver paired up with Patrick Mahomes. So what we saw over the second half of the season, if we get that all year next year, like, this is going to be top 10, 12 receiver in the league. Like, who doesn't want that? And you can still get him at a little bit of a discount right now compared to some of these other guys. Right now, like, he is cheaper than, like, a Drake London because of all the hype around Kirk Cousins. And I don't see a big difference there. Like, for the price, I'd rather have Rashee Rice than go pay for Drake London.
Well, there's a couple of things playing into your advantage with Rashee Rice's price right now. First of all, his trouble with the law that is kind of pending, right?
Yeah.
People are a little worried about that, but he seems to be cooperating. We had talked about earlier that maybe he serves a couple game suspension. I mean, okay, so in a dynasty, I'm definitely snagging him up. But also the signing of Marquise Brown, people are dinging Rashee Rice for that. In my mind, that takes the top off the defense and opens it up underneath for Rashee Rice. That's just, it's not necessarily the quantity of targets, but the quality of targets, right? The quality is going to go up even. So what Patrick Mahomes was doing with just Kelsey as a receiving option, now what he's going to be able to do with Kelsey, Rashee Rice, and Marquise Brown as receiving, he's never had so many good receiving options.
No.
So the quality of targets, in my opinion, is going to go up, and that plays into Rashee Rice into his favor. And he's proven to be kind of a red zone target, which is kind of strange, right? But defenses were able to collapse in on Kelsey. Kelsey was getting double and triple teamed there in the red zone. And there's Rashee Rice just standing over there going, hey, here I am. And so he was a big beneficiary of that. They took advantage of it. And, hey, made it to another Super Bowl. What can I say? So I'm trusting Rashee Rice going forward, even with his trouble with the law.
Yeah, it dings him a little bit in redraft, but I'm scooping him in Dynasty, 100%.
Yep, definitely.